All right, we are live. What is going on? All right, I'm happy to be in front of you guys today. As you could see, different surroundings, different setting, and I do not have my beautiful fiance with me, a business partner. So today you're just gonna get me, and I hope that's okay with you. But yesterday, she went over some valuable stuff. Now, I had a lot going on in my head, as you could see. Anybody who was watching, I was a little bit disengaged. And I apologize for that, but she kicked butt yesterday, right? Okay. So hopefully you guys took away a lot of value from what she discussed. And today you guys are ready to come back for some more. So today, everyone here is figuring out how you can grow your income, expand your business, and enjoy more of your own free time. Now, that's a big claim, right? That's a big, bold claim that I'm making right now. But I feel like I have the authority to say that because of what we're doing right now. Now, 18 months ago, 4 months ago, we couldn't even have said this. Okay, now we've been in the industry of helping people build and brand themselves online for about 18 months. Now, taking it seriously, doing exactly what it takes to actually provide a service for these people, though, where we could feel good about it, we've only been doing that for about 6 months. Okay, so imagine now, look at that. That's a whole year in the industry doing things from from the wrong point of view, having the wrong kind of mentality, the wrong kind of focus, and all those kind of things. And that's what I want to share with you a little bit about today is how to grow past that. Okay, what you need to do to grow your income, what you need to expand your business, and the exact steps that you need to take once you receive all that information. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to explain a little bit about myself. For those of you who are just new to the Hangout, those of you who have been to these past Hangouts, you probably know a little bit about me already, but just to fill in the new ones, myself, I'm Brandon, and I'm one half of the Harmonious Duo now. Me and Sarah decided to get in a business for ourselves about 18 months ago and taking advantage of an opportunity that allowed us to build a business based around our passions. Now, at that time that we wanted to change, we had no idea what that meant, but we knew just we wanted change, and we were fed up with the way that we were living because we both come from a very similar background. Now, that background is maybe relatable to a few of you watching this thing right now. And we come from a serving industry background. Okay, we were servers, waiters. She was a waitress, of course, whatever you want to call it. And what I noticed in that industry was that you don't really have much, control over your future in that kind of industry. And for a lot of us who have served for a living, you kind of get fed up with it because you go in there every day and you play like the wishing game, the crossing fingers method, where you go in there every day and you're like, oh, I hope I have a good section. I hope these people come to tip me today. I hope I can get out of this work shift what I need to get because I got bills due. I have things that are delayed, that are in back pay, right? And me going through that for about 10 years because I moved out of my house when I was 16. I had to make a decision on what kind of lifestyle I wanted to live, and the one that was provided for me at home wasn't really the one that I wanted to be a part of at that time. Now, things are completely different now, and me and my mom are actually me and my whole house are a lot better. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot better, and that's what I love about being able to change. So at that time, I decided to I had to leave. So at 16, I was forced to think outside the box on how to create an income. Okay, so my first job was at Little Caesars. Okay, Little Caesars delivering pizzas. And then from then, I just figured, you know what? I just want to stay inside the serving industry. I saw my sister. She loved it, and she still loves it. And there's nothing wrong if you're still in there and you love what you do, that's fine. I just know that a lot of the pitfalls in serving, they're very hard to get out of because once you get behind in bills, it's very hard to catch up. And unless you have a consistent amount of pay or an increase in pay, right, then it's very difficult to get out of that. And I noticed that I was the kind of person that I always increased my value. I knew that I did a lot more than a lot of other people that were around me. And I know that a lot of you watching these right now, the reason why you're here is because you're tired of picking up the slack for other people. Now, being in the restaurant industry, you have to do that. You have to pick up the slack for other people because the managers, they can't be everywhere at all times. So you have got to do it or it comes back on you as not being a team player, right? So instead of you picking up the slack for other people, which is what I was tired of doing, I asked myself, what can I do that can get me paid on my own efforts? And the thing that came to mind was, okay, well, go play some poker, right? Because I was actually licensed as a real estate agent at that time that I made this decision to leave the restaurant industry. So mind you that I was in the restaurant industry for about 10 years. 4 of those years I was also licensed as a realtor, but I did nothing with it because I didn't know where to go with it. I had no leadership. I didn't know what it took to really own my own business. And I didn't have any of the principles on how to be successful. So I failed, and I decided to go back into the restaurant industry. Well, in doing so, I hated it, which led me to my decision to play poker full time. And that, my friend, was a great decision. That was a very liberating decision, because I walked out of my restaurant job one day and I never looked back. I told myself, I'm never going to fill out another job application forever. I will never do that ever again. And I've kept my promise. And so I haven't actually had to clock into a job since I was 25. So almost 5 years. I'll be 30 in July. So almost 5 years I have not had to clock into a job, and I'm going to tell you that feels good. That feels good. And I made that decision strictly based on the way that I saw my future. Okay, it had nothing to do with the industry itself. Okay, like I said, it was the way I perceived the industry. The industry is a fine industry. It can take care of people, and there are a lot of people who love what they do, and I admire that. I just, for myself, my future didn't call for me to be there, and so I had to make that. I had that, that Pinnacle Fork in the road, where it was like, okay, well, am I going to continue with what I'm doing, with what I'm comfortable with, or am I going to take a leap of faith and do something that I'm really excited about? And I decided to take a leap of faith, and I'm very glad I did, because in the first 2 years of me being able to be a full-time poker player, man, I'm telling you, I would be out there for 18 hours. And this was prior to, anybody who follows us knows that I have a daughter right now. So this was prior to me being a father. Okay. This was prior to me even knowing that that Sarah was pregnant. And I was out there, hustling the tables, grinding. I thought it was psychological warfare that I fell in love with. It was the fact that I could do something that I loved, which is play poker, right? And figure out skills behind it, because it's not a gambling game. I mean, anybody who thinks it is crazy. But I figured out how to find a few mentors that I loved, right? That I literally fell in love with their value sets, how they played the game, how they looked at the world, how they treated others. Everything like that I just honed in on their skills and how they did things, because I related to it. I understood what they said a lot better than anybody else. So in doing so, it gave me a very successful few years in playing poker. Did really well. And then I found out that I was pregnant. Or she always laughs when I say that. She told me that she was pregnant, and it threw my whole game off. I didn't know where to go with it. I didn't know what to do with it. And it just kind of threw me for a loop. Well, the game spiraled, and now we started hitting these downward slumps that honestly I was not used to. I was prepared to go through, because we had I had a nice little bankroll, and I'm never one to overcommit. So, I mean, at least not with the poker world, you know what I mean? And so when I decided that this wasn't really the life for me again, because I was like, you know what, I got to make a change. This isn't going to be good for me if I can't provide for my family on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? Like, what happens if I do go and I do have a good, I do lose for a solid, have a good 6 weeks or something, 2 months, which is very rare for solid poker players to go that long on losing streaks, but it can happen. So what happens if that happened to me? I wasn't prepared for that. I couldn't put my family through that. I wasn't going to do that. I was a man that said, I want to provide for my family while being there. And this wasn't doing that. So I had to come to a decision. Again, what am I going to do? Am I going to look for another way to take away from my family, take away myself from the family? Or was I going to try and figure out a way? It's 2015 or 2014 when it was 2013 when we actually started this thing, created our online business. And I mean, where we're at in times, people should open their mind to the way that new people are being able to make money. Because for somebody like myself to get off of playing poker, who I honestly, I'm not going to give you exact results, but because then I feel like I have to share my logs with you, my taxes with you. But just figure that, okay, I'm making over 6 figures doing what I'm doing playing poker, okay? And yet I decided to quit that, so that I could go and work an online business with my fiance from home. And I did this for many reasons. Okay, now the 2 main reasons, our biggest whys, okay, was for me to be here with my family, for her to be here with our family, to be the main influence in our daughter's life. Okay, we didn't want to put her in daycare, and we didn't want to do any of that. Anybody who has to do that, if that's what you love, then fine. We're not here to judge anybody. What we're here to do is to help you achieve your dream. Our dream is to create the time freedom in our life that's going to allow us to be the main influence in our daughter's life. You know what I mean? And that's happening. That's happening for us right now. You know what I mean? And that wouldn't have happened if I still stayed at the poker table. That wouldn't have happened if I still stayed serving tables. If I had still stayed comfortable with what I was used to doing, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you guys. And I'm very glad I made this decision because I love you guys, and I'm very happy that you guys are here watching this. And oh man, to get back to where this, to get back so I don't get off on another on a tangent. We made the decision to start working together. Now, ever since, we just been loving it. And so basically, I'm here and we're here. We decided about a month and a half ago, that we were going to start giving to the new entrepreneurs, the new business owners that are taking their business online to give them the strategies and the tips they need to get to that next level. A lot of people, they lose their sponsors if you're in affiliate marketing, network marketing, you lose your sponsors. They jump from, opportunity to opportunity, business to business, trying to gather as many people as they can that want to do that exact same thing and use that as a business model. When that's a crappy business model, I'm going to be plain and honest with you. It's a crappy business model. You need to plant your flag. It's okay to scan the horizons and pick some solid things that are going to go ahead and make you money. But you need to be able to dive in and make one thing successful. If you can't make one thing work, how do you plan on making multiple things work? That's just thing. I mean, and what do they say? Focus means until successful. Focus, stay on something basically stay on one thing until you're successful. You know what I mean? So that's where you want to be at. And for us, when we got into this industry, we actually lost our sponsor in the very first beginning too. Okay, and we either could have quit or we could have kept moving forward. But we had a big enough vision. Our vision was to not only be at home with our daughter, but to help other entrepreneurs like we're doing right now break free from that level of, I don't know what to do, so I'm not going to do anything. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people right now in that level of mentality where it's like, man, I just don't know where to begin. So they just are paralyzed and they don't do anything at all. Okay, well, let's get you out of that. Let's get you moving, rock and rolling, getting some momentum so the people around you can see that what you're doing, your cause, whatever you started this business is the real deal. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need these people who don't believe in you to buy into your business or your vision. What you need to do is speak to the people who already believe in you. Okay, and there's a lot of people right now who are out in the world who have never met you right now. But because you took action and you decided to go ahead and take advantage of an opportunity right now, they're waiting for your vision to be set so that they could hear it, so they could take action, so they could join you because they know that you are worth it. You know what I mean? There's so many people right now out there waiting for you to do that. And so we're going to get into detail right now on how you can grow your income. And the number one thing is what I just kind of got into. That's why I was leading in with that, was stop making excuses. There's no reason why you should not be taking action and doing whatever it takes. Okay, now I know that whole kind of doing whatever it takes gets played out because nobody really knows what does it take. If you have a good solid set of mentors around you, if you have a solid community around you, if you have a solid business plan, okay, all these things, they are going to help you make more money. Okay, so what is it? What is your excuse on why? Do you have a business plan? Right? A lot of people who get in an online business, they don't treat it like a brick and mortar. They don't treat it like a actual go into the office and do work kind of business, which baffles my mind because how else would you expect to get paid? The moment that you see those done for you systems, that's crap. Okay, then you're gonna have to do some work. I don't care what anybody says. And if they say that you don't, then I would definitely second guess where their morale is and how is it that they're gonna be okay with telling people that you can get rich by doing nothing. I hate to say it, there's nothing in this world for free. There's nothing in this world for free. And anybody that has made any kind of success in life knows that. You know what I mean? And it's those kind of folks that are hurting those people, helping them make excuses when I'm trying to help you break free from those excuses. Okay? Because excuses are not going to do anything for you in your business and they're not going to take you to the next level of success. So whenever you see your mentor, whenever you see your sponsor, whenever you see somebody in a video that you're watching that you believe is doing what you want to do, and they tell you to do something, it's not excuse time, it's action time. So unless you are serious about building your business, unless you're serious about growing your income, you know what I mean? You're going to stop making excuses. So, and so these are the three things, okay? The three things to grow your income. So write down hope you have a pen and paper. First one, stop making excuses. The second one is get 2 to 3 new people into your business a day. Now that may seem small. They may seem very little. Some people it might seem a lot because you haven't had anybody in your business yet. And the reason why this is a big deal in growing your income is because a lot of people the majority of people who get into business for themselves, they quit. They quit. It's not like they fail. You know, there's no failure. There's only feedback. You only fail if you quit. Okay. And there's a lot of people right now, and in the past, in the future, there's people all over the world, no matter what industry you're in, not just the home business industry, not just sales, not just anything, but whatever you do, you're going to find that 98% of the people don't give a crap. They don't. They just don't. And so when you end up getting 2 to 3 new people a day, that's going to leave you to where you're bringing more people in through the front door than it is in the back door, than are leaving in the back door, right? Because you're going to have people, we call it attrition. You're going to have people that are just falling off. And in order to keep the retention rate high, which is what you want in this business, right? You want to keep your customers coming back. In order to do that, you have to keep bringing in new blood. You have to keep bringing new people, because when that happens, like we said, it just levels out those numbers. And anybody who's in this business knows that people are going to quit. People are going to go ahead, for whatever reason, people are going to quit. People are going to go back into other things. People are going to go ahead, and I hate to say, people are going to pass away. They're going to die. You know what I mean? So in your downline, or in your customers, or your big clients, whatever business that you may be in, you know, it's just the progress of life, natural life taking place. So you have to bring people in. Okay. And now the third thing is you got to sponsor and sell until you reach 30,000 a month. Now, me and Sarah, we are not at 30,000 a month. Income disclaimer. Okay. We're not there yet. If we were there, we'd have some fancy setups right now. We'd have probably a group of people that were right here with us that were, you know, maybe, you know, making just as much as we were. You know, it would be crazy, the kind of things that we are going to be able to do when we get to that level, which is a goal of ours. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're not settling for this. Okay. Now, I've made 5 figures in a month. That's not what we're going for. We're going for a lot more than that. But not only that, we're going for bringing a team with us. Do you see what I'm saying? We're going for bringing people with us that want that change. So it's not just about us. It's about our team. And you're not going to be able to sponsor people until you make it about them. Okay? Because it's not about money. It's not about showing your fancy cars, or, you know, showing the money, or nothing like that. It's about providing a valuable service to people that actually want to do something with this change. You know what I mean? Like, I know for a fact that before I was presented with this opportunity, I had no idea that I could actually make money online. I had no idea. I thought that, as I said in previous Hangouts, I thought that the only kind of gig online was the kind that you saw. I don't know wherever you're from, but I'm in Las Vegas. So I see these signs, and I've seen it my whole life. Work from home, 20,000 a month, start today, right? And it's written on a cardboard box in black Sharpie. Okay? I don't know how many other people feel that same way. Okay? But it is amazing, or have seen that same thing, but it's amazing to see that those kind of people were making money how long ago? And that was their strategy. You know what I mean? Like, that is crazy to me. There's way better ways to market. There's way better ways to build a team. There's way better ways to build a business. Okay. And so unless you are doing unless you don't need to do anything else except for sponsor and sell, sponsor and sell, sponsor and sell, sponsor and sell. Okay, because a lot of these things that I'm doing right now with you guys to the public are getting sent out to our list of people who can't make it right now. Okay, people who are making it on our team. Okay, like we are doing this not just for the public, but for our team and for other people that are interested in getting to that next level. That's how we're going to be able to do this. Do you see what I'm saying? And this is why we share these strategies with you guys, is to help you get the courage and gain the knowledge to do this yourself. Because if you're holding Google Plus Hangouts every single day, like I said, we're doing a 90-day challenge, and we're gonna be so happy to share our results with everybody at the very end of this, and let you guys know exactly how powerful it is to just put yourself out there on a consistent basis and give value to people who really want to change. Okay, so the 3 things to grow your income: stop making excuses, get to 2 to 3 new people. 1, stop making excuses. 2, get to 2 to 3 new people into your business a day. Okay, and number 3, sponsor and sell until you reach 30,000 a month. Don't quit on that. Don't build, and here, let me just be clear. Don't build team sites. Don't build these training products. That's what we're talking about. Sponsoring and selling. Sponsoring and selling. You want to be able to do things that are going to result in those actions, or do actions that end of that result. Okay. Now, to expand your business, because now we're going from how to grow your income to how to expand your business, which if you expand your business, it will in turn grow your income. So you're gonna have to, you have to make sure that you take these top 3, okay, these top 3 things that I mentioned, and implement them in what we're saying right now. Okay, so how to expand your business. Number 1, focus on building a team in both width and depth, not just looking for your leaders, okay? This is a big one. Leaders, they create leaders, they build leaders, they grow leaders, however you're most comfortable saying it. You can't go out there and just sponsor leaders. It's not going to happen like that. Your team's not going to grow as fast as you'd like. It's not going to be, you're not going to be able to make as much money. You know what I mean? It's going to be, how many people are leaders? How many people of your friends right now do you know that you would call significant leaders? Like maybe 1 out of, it's definitely less than 1 out of 10, but 1 out of what, 100 say? So you're working with less than 1%? I mean, I'd say 1 in 500 probably of people who would actually take the lead in a way that care about other people. Those are the leaders that you're looking for. Those are the leaders that you're going to create within your organization. People are going to come in with a desire to make $500 a month so that they could supplement whatever bills that they're trying to make. That's it. And then you're going to go and you're going to show them how simple that could be, right? And then once you do that, they're going to be able to they're going to get a bigger dream. They're going to get a bigger dream. And that's going to be able to get you to really help them get to a whole new level. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you focus on, it's going to help them get to a whole new level. And what my point was now they can see the benefit of being a leader, because once their dream becomes big enough to invite other people's vision into, bam, they stepped into a leadership role. And now they get to see other people step into their dreams. And that, my friend, is the best feeling in the world. When you can actually see somebody who's never made anything happen online before, who's struggling to pay rent, right? Doing whatever it takes to separate themselves from that everyday struggle that they've been involved with for so long, to making their first sale, whether it be a $7 trial sale to a $3,000 all-in package. Do you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it may be, it's amazing to see that transformation, because once they see that it's happening, then they can go ahead and make their vision just a little bit bigger. And once it gets big enough for other people, you've just turned somebody into a leader. And then that's how you take them from that level to that level. And if you have an organization like that, people are going to go ahead and bring in other people, because they're going to be able to look back and have that insight and reflect and go, man, without this guy, without these products, without this system, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I know for a fact that if this has helped me, this is going to help other people. And then you're going to be able to not only grow your team in width, but in depth. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how you kind of work on those both angles. And a good recommendation for a book or audio is John Maxwell's All Around, what is it? All Around Leaders? Leaders of Every Level. It's something like that. But look up John Maxwell's levels of the leaders, something like that. But he's basically there. He tells you how to lead up, how to lead down, and how to lead side to side. And he does it in a very fantastic way. You know what I mean? That's exactly what we're talking about here. So number 2, change your beliefs regarding money, okay, as well as what your team members are capable of. Everything has to align from the inside out with what you're doing, okay? So now, this is difficult for some people to do, okay, at least to do in a very fast enough way that they can see the results they want to see. Everybody gets into business because they want to make more money or money on their own, or help somebody. Everybody has their own basically to make more money typically. And if you have a belief that money is going to make you a bad person or a greedy person, then you're sending out a negative energy that's going to push and refrain money from coming your way. So everybody who feels your message is going to think that you really don't want it, and they're not going to buy into your vision because they don't think that you're true, which you're not being true to your message, because the fact is that you do want money, but you kind of feel bad about it, about how it's going to make you feel when you get where you want to go, because you're going to feel like you're taking away from other people, when in fact, no matter what people have told you throughout your whole life, there's an abundance out there. There's an abundance, and you don't have to feel bad about becoming successful, because there's just way too much of it out. There's literally being money printed every day. And if you can figure out a way to build a business around something that you love, doing things that you really enjoy, and you can share that with the world in a way to make an income around it, there's no reason to feel bad about that. There really isn't. I mean, I would maybe feel bad if I didn't share that message, you know, if I just kept that to myself, but that's just me. You know, maybe you want to keep it to yourself. I don't know. I don't encourage that. You know, I encourage you to share everything, your happiness with the world. Everybody, there's enough of it to go around. Like Gary Vaynerchuk, okay, somebody that you hopefully are following. Gary Vaynerchuk, he said on his podcast that he doesn't, that all these new business owners, these entrepreneurs, they make them sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. And he says that he will never, he says, you know what, and pardon my French, his words, F you. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what he says in the meetings, because he'll walk out and go, dude, what are you doing? There's no reason for me to sign a non-disclosure agreement when there's enough ideas, there's enough money, there's enough things in the world to go around. It's action that sets us apart, right? And so what his point is that I'm not going to go ahead and sign this because there's too much of this to go around. Okay, and that's somebody who is taking multiple businesses from, you know, 2 or 3 million to, you know, tens of millions of dollars. Okay, and that's a big deal. And he's saying the same thing that I'm sharing with you right now. So just understand that you have to change your beliefs about money. Money has to become an asset. Okay, I wouldn't fall in love with it. I really wouldn't, because it's not really going to be there. I've never seen, you know, you don't see, what is it, an ATM or your bank account getting hauled with you to the, you know, in a hearse with you, do you? It doesn't go with you to the funeral. It doesn't go with you up to heaven. You know, it doesn't do all that, or wherever you plan on going. But I mean, it's just, it doesn't work like this. You have to change your beliefs on that. Number 3, be a product of your products. Okay, now, when we first started in our opportunity and in our business, we had no idea the mental change that we were going to go through. Now, a lot of people that we know that are in the home business profession, they don't get that kind of personal development counsel, I guess you could say, that personal development training, you know, that you need to really be successful in any business. And our products that we have, they're not only, you know, superb marketing products that are going to help any business build and brand themselves efficiently online and help them position in a way to, you know, make nice amounts of money no matter what business that they're in. But it allows us a way to break free from all these limiting beliefs, these self-limiting beliefs that we've had our whole life. And not just me. I mean, not just me and her. I mean, I'm talking everybody. Everybody gets told things that they start to believe themselves that limits you to your next level of success. And unless you have somebody that can hold you accountable, and unless you can have somebody that's been where you want to go, and that has been where you are and been where you want to go, unless you've had somebody been doing that in front of you, teaching you the way and guiding you, how can you break free from who you were? How can you take that shell, those self-limiting beliefs, how can you take that off? How can you? It's very difficult to. It's going to take you a lot longer than if you have somebody around you. Our products allow people to do that. That's one of the reasons why it's like, you know what, we are a big believer to be a product of your products. It's like somebody in another aspect, okay? If you're selling, if you're in a nutritional opportunity, nutritional vitamin supplement opportunity, or a weight loss opportunity, and you are, my friend, overweight, not using the stuff. Now, if you're overweight using it, that's what it's there for. Use that. Be your own testimony. You know what I mean? Like, that's powerful. You know what I mean? But if you are sitting here, you've been using these products, you know, quote unquote, for, you know, a year, and you're still not looking the part, you know, how can you say that you're being a product of your product? And that's why, I'm going to be dead honest with you, that's why we're here in front of you right now, is because we're holding ourselves accountable every day by sharing with you things that we're learning. Now, in the first year of us being in business, we didn't do this. We thought we were good. We thought we were too good for this. You know what I mean? There's no reason to get out here and put ourselves out there, because there's not anybody who knows less than us. We're not good enough to explain things, and we don't know how to share things. And the fact of the matter is the right people are going to hear this message. And we have to be a product of our product, and we have to share what we're learning with people. You know, and these things that we're sharing with you today have helped our business grow substantially to where we're seeing, you know, no results guaranteed, but we're seeing sales in our sleep. Okay, we're getting people to sign up in our business while we're sleeping, which is, it's an amazing feeling to have that happen after, you know, only a few months of starting to really do and take things serious. You know what I mean? So you want to be a product of your product. You don't want to be taken for a fool because of the fact that you've been preaching this message for a long time, and now you just, you know, all of a sudden you still don't have the, you know, anything to show. You know what I mean? It's difficult. It's difficult. So another thing is, every training is number 4 is every promotion is a training, and every training is a promotion. Okay, so you don't want to train anybody without selling something, and you never want to sell something without training somebody. Okay, so a lot of people they do, and I'm being just quite honest because we did a lot of this in the beginning too. It's one or the other. We always feel like, okay, we put together a training for our team, or for our prospects or for our list. Do we put together a sales video? Sorry, I was getting blindsided. So a sales video. And the thing is you do both. You do both, not a sales video, but a sales presentation. You do both. You do not need to pick or choose. It doesn't need to be an and or. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be an or. You put the and there. You know what I mean? I need to do this and this. Because if you're training and you're selling, now you're providing a valuable service. People aren't looking at you like you're just there for the money, because hopefully you're not, because your business isn't going to last that way. I'm just going to be upfront and honest with you. Sarah, when she's here, she'll probably be a little more sugarcoating, and she might beat around the bush a little bit. Me, I love to tell her how it is, and it's not going to last. It's not going to last unless you're here for the people, okay? And if you're just sitting here selling people, sitting here, like if I were to get on the Hangout and go, hey guys, buy my stuff now. Great Hangout, right? I mean, you guys wouldn't really do it if all I did was talk about the products. If all I did was talk about, my results. If all I did was talk about all these things that were benefiting me, and then said, buy my product, that wouldn't be very helpful to you guys. That would be me selling. You know what I mean? But I need to train and I need to help, because not only do I need to, but I feel like it's fun. You know what I mean? I love being here in front of you guys and sharing some stuff that's going to help you guys have a breakthrough. I hope you guys find value in it too. And so to move on, yeah. So number 5 is to do everything in groups. Do everything in groups. Do everything in groups. Just like how I'm doing right now. Now I could take personal emails from, now this is just an example. I could totally take personal emails from everybody on here and everybody out there who wanted to receive this message and give this to them one-on-one. Better yet, I could actually fly to their house, right? Doesn't this sound fun? I could fly to their house, spend thousands of dollars on flying and hotel stay and things like that to get in front of somebody for an hour, right? That's what I could do. Or I could do things in a way that can contact thousands of people, okay, thousands of people throughout the world, and bring them to one room all at once so that they could hear a message that could help them make more money. You know what I mean? Now, which one sounds more efficient, cheaper, right? Easier to do? However you want. All these things happen when you do things in groups. Now, we learned the hard way, and that's why we're sharing this with you. If you're out there chasing people around, I have a buddy right now who's in a certain industry that I'm not going to say because he might be watching this right now, but who is so gung-ho about like doing things face-to-face. Like face-to-face, like that's how I have to do things, which face-to-face is the best form of communication. I'm not lying about that. That is the best form of communication, I believe. But when you're building a business and you're trying to help like a massive amount of people, how is it that you're going to get face-to-face with those folks? I mean, your vision better be to, I don't even know how, but if you're looking to help an enormous amount of people get what your product or your service is, then you can't do it face-to-face anymore. I mean, it doesn't work as well. Can you build a business door knocking? Yes. Can you build a business holding home meetings? Yes. But those home meetings, I mean, like we said, yes, those are groups, but how big of a group can you get inside your home? Maybe 8 people, maybe eight to 10 people, right? Well, one of the things that we offer you at the end of this hangout, for those of you who stay tuned, is going to be a replacement for those home meetings, a replacement for the 3-way calls. Okay, that's huge. I know that if people right now are watching this and they go through 3 home meetings a week, you probably had a sigh of relief. You're probably like, hold on, what? Replace home meetings? That would be amazing. Now, the 3-way calls, some people actually love, okay? Some people actually love. And those things you can get done, but like we said, we would rather talk to you after you've been through some training. We'd rather talk to you after you've been completely, like, I'm talking not talk to you like that, but I'm face-to-face, you know what I mean? Like, we love getting in touch with our new members. We love being things like this. But when it comes to like one-on-one, you know what I mean? We need to know that for one, you could follow direction. So there's going to be a few things that we've got to give to our new members to make sure that they're even serious about doing this and being successful. Do you see what I mean? And this is what we encourage other people to do. And you do this after you get through the group setting. Does that make any sense? So that you teach in groups, and the individuals within those groups who are seriously aligned with your vision, who are saying, you know what? I believe in you. I believe you can take me to where I want to go. I'm going to listen to what you have to say, and I'm going to do it. Those are the people that you work with one-on-one. Okay, that's where your one-on-one goes. Okay, that your time is valuable. Our time is extremely valuable, especially in the home business industry, because the whole reason why we decided to become a network marketer, affiliate marketer, or internet marketer, whatever that you want to call yourself, the whole reason why we do that or did that was to free up our time. You started a business, whether it be to sell wigs or to sell clothes. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You started that so that you could free up your time. But yet we see so many people who end up working in their business instead of on their business. And that is taking away from all the freedom that you were trying to do. And that is why that is a big freedom. Like it just frees. This is a big time for your upper. Okay. I love that word. Okay. And so number 6 is never spend, look at this. Yeah. Never spend exactly what I was talking about. Never spend one-on-one time with someone who isn't moving numbers. Okay. If they want your personal time, tell them to bring if they say that they are new to the business and they're only getting, say, 5 people to a hangout, tell them to get 50. Remember that 10X rule that we were talking about a few hangouts ago? 10X that on. 10X their ass. Get them. You know what I mean? Because that's going to get them to see exactly what they're made of. How much work are they willing to put into this promotion to get more people than who they feel they can get? Okay, that's going to get them to see exactly what they're capable of. You're going to look like a genius because, okay, if they only get 50 or if they only get, like, say, 40, get them to do something else. Okay, but I bet you that a high majority of these folks that you work with are going to do what it takes to get those 50, because if they don't, you know what you get to tell them? I'm not going to work with you ever again. But you bring these 50 people to the webinar, you get 50 people to show up, and I'll do another one. And typically when you hold webinars for other people, or when you end up doing things like that as a community, as a team, for your new people, then, you know, it does things that they couldn't do on their own. It allows you to become a third-party authority. So now they look like a genius for, you know, basically bridging you and the other person together. Okay, they still get paid for everything that you end up doing. And if you don't know how to do that, you know, we could show you how to do that and set that up. But yeah, these are all things that you want to take advantage of after they've produced and shown that they'll move numbers. Okay, because this is what this is. It's about creating freedom, creating money, and creating teams. Like, we've got to be able to get together and build an organization with folks that can help them have that longevity inside their business. Okay, if people are signing up with me and they're going, hey, look, you know what, or with us, me and Sarah, and they're going like, hey, look, guys, you know what, you told me that, or if we told them when they signed up, if we told them, that's a better one. If we told them, you know what, it's great, but you're only going to be able to make money for about a year, and then we're gonna leave. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't be a good thing to say. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be great. We wouldn't get people to do anything that we needed them to do because they wouldn't see the longevity in it. You know what I mean? That's the opposite of what we're doing. We're having people who are saying, look, you know, we're here for the long haul. That's why we need you to move numbers. We are going to be here for the long haul. Me and Sarah are not going anywhere. Okay, you're going to see us on webinars, hangouts, things for years to come. Okay, that's how it is. So we need to know the people that are working with us, the people that are running with us, that are locking arms with us, and, you know, doing what it takes to get out of that nasty, you know, society way of living, that they're willing to do what it takes. You know what I mean? And the only way that we know that is if they start to move numbers. And the only way they can move numbers is if they do what we tell them. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how all this works. Now, number 7, never get trapped in strategies. Strategies will always change, but your system, if ambiguous and timeless, will always give you the freedom to adjust to changes without losing too much time. So what we're saying here, for those of you who are new to the business, is that if typically strategies are based off of principles, okay, and the systems that are put in place, at least with our opportunity, are ambiguous enough to adapt with time. So if something were to happen with the way things were being done out in Google or being, or, you know, the way that the marketing industry was being done, we would be able to, because of our system, how ambiguous it is, but how ambiguous it is to not, it allows us to just adjust with the times. Okay. Now, if you don't have something like that, it's going to be very difficult for you to expand your business because things change constantly. The market is constantly and forever changing. So if you can't keep up with this, actually, if you can't keep ahead of the time, then you won't be able to succeed. You might see some random successes here and there, but in order to actually make it to that next level and be on basically that rocket flight where you're just always going up, you're going to need to do this. You're going to need to be able to figure out what are the principles behind those strategies. That's what we're asking you to do. There's certain things in your business right now, because we might not be in the same industry or business, the people, you folks watching this right now. So figure out what it is for your business right now, okay? The strategies that work, and don't see the end result as, okay, that's what works. But ask yourself, why did it work? Why did it make that work? There's an underlying principle, and we teach that as well in one of our products in a serious in-depth way that, man, it's powerful because it allows you to understand that principles, they work universally. And if your system is not duplicating, if your system isn't working, then it's probably not based on the correct principles. Okay. So if you can't adjust, if you can't adapt, if your thing cannot move with time, you're going to be stuck in a rut, and people are just going to keep moving past you and looking behind going like, oh man, remember that guy? You're going to be in the past, man, and that's not where you want to be. You want to be able to be in front. That's what we were saying, okay? Be ahead of times, okay? So number 8, you need to have one vision, one training system, and one cultural system. Again, everything must be in alignment. You can't be speaking one message, then promoting another message, and then saying that, you know, this is how I'm going to treat you when you get into my team. You know, like all these things have got to be in alignment, or else you're going to lose people left and right. People are going to look at you and they're going to say, you know what? I don't enjoy what this guy is doing. I don't enjoy what he's about. He's telling me one thing, then he's telling these people another thing. I don't know who he's telling the truth to. It's going to cause a lot of confusion, and your people are not going to trust you. So when you're new, as being new in the industry, or even as a vetted person, if you're not seeing the results that you want to see, again, take time, and take a lot of time if you need to get specific on your vision and get comfortable telling it over and over again and over and over again, so that when people ask you, why are you in business? You don't go, to go to the end to see, and to make money. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what you want to sound like. You don't want to sound like that. You want to go and you want to be powerful in your message. You want to know exactly why you get up in the morning and why you do what you do. You need to know that. That's going to get people driven. That's going to get the fire lit within them. That's going to get them to do what's necessary so they can see the success that they want to see. A lot of people need to see you fired up. A lot of people need to see you take an action before they do anything. You know what I mean? And so for you to have a vision lined up with all that, that's going to allow people to just build on that. And your fire will go ahead and get hotter, and your flame will widen, and people around you will see this, and they're going to jump in full force. Full force. Okay, so number 9, motivate leaders within your newly expanding business by connecting with people beneath your leaders and getting them excited. No faster way to get your leaders moving than to get their teams moving. Okay, so what does this mean? For people who have a downline, those of you who are in network marketing, affiliate marketing, understand that you have people right now that you've signed up personally, who have people that they've signed up, who are doing stuff, who this person, you can't get to do diddly squat, okay? You cannot get this man to produce. You've been showing him a lot of things, your results, you've been showing him strategies, you've been working with him one-on-one because, you know, at one point he did something and then it was just nothing now. Okay, so how do you get this person fired up again? That's the tip right here. That's how you're going to grow your business. To know how to grow or to get these people fired up that you know have the potential of creating significant amount of success in their life, right? And you know that you want to see them succeed, because in our business, it's your success is our success, okay? And so if you want to see this man succeed even more, you know how to get him to move, and to get him to move fast like how he did in the beginning, to get him just as excited as when he first joined your opportunity and first said, you know what, I want to run with you. You go to the person who he signed up. You go to his personal sponsor. And you don't try and cross recruit them, nothing like that. You don't go and go, oh, come to my thing. I want to sell you on some of my products. No. What we're saying is that you go to them and you get them pumped up. You go to them and you have them do the same thing that your man did in the beginning, or your woman, whatever it is. Okay? Once the person that you signed up, okay? Once the person that you signed up ends up seeing the results from this man beneath them, wow, the things that happen to that person. We are all competitive by nature, especially if you're watching this video right now. Because anybody right now who's in business knows that we have competitors. We've got competition. We've got people that we've got to be better than, okay, or be perceived better than by the community or by the buyers and by the customers, so that we can actually get a piece of the market share, right? Like, that's why we're in business. You know what I mean? To provide a valuable service to those people so that we can create an income that's going to provide a time freedom for us that's going to allow us to do whatever the hell we want to do. That's why we're here today. So number 10 is the more you grow, the more your team will grow, and the more your business will expand. Now, how do we grow? Okay, well, I love this analogy, or metaphor. I love this metaphor. It is, are you a tree? And they go, always your answer is no, I'm not a tree. And then the question is always, why is it that people always stop growing? You need to be the tree. Now, a lot of people say, well, I want to, like the whole tree thing, I want to be able to move myself and I don't want to be planted in one area. I'm not talking about that kind of tree. I'm talking about trees. Have you ever seen a tree not grow to its full potential? Have you ever seen a tree just say, you know what, today's the day that I'm done growing? Never. It grows as long and as tall and as big as it can. That's the point right now, is being able to grow as much as you can by reading the books, listening to the audios, providing a valuable service for people by teaching as you learn, okay? Everything that I shared with you today, we are learning, or we've learned, okay? We've implemented, we've seen results from, we know it works, and so we're like, man, now it's time to let the world know. Now it's time to say, stop making excuses, because that's gonna help you grow your income. Get 2 to 3 new people a day inside your business, because that's gonna help you grow your income. We also provide a product for that. You know what I'm saying? Get a hold of us if you wanna access to that. Number 3, sponsoring and selling until you reach $30,000 a month. That's huge. That's gonna help you grow your income. Okay, so understand that number 10, the more you grow, the more your team will grow, and the more your business will grow. And never stop. The day that you stop learning, it should be the day that you end up in a grave. That should honestly be the day that you stop learning. We should be able to ask ourselves at the end of every day, which is a great principle that I'm excited to bring to the dinner table. As soon as my daughter can complete like a full sentence in thought, you know what I'm saying? She's got like an attention span of a squirrel. So right now, it's not the best time to implement this, but when she gets old enough, I'm gonna ask her at the end of the night during dinner time, hey, you know what? What are 3 things that you learned today? It's a great question to ask yourself at the end of the day. It's a great question to ask people that are around you, because I know that I never got asked that when I was growing up, not even by my teachers, not by anybody. I didn't get pulled aside at the end of the day and never go, hey, Brandon, what are 3 things that you learned today? If you were caused, and this is just a question to just ask yourself right now, if you were forced to look back and reflect on the day, every single day, okay, and reflect back on it at the end of it, and ask yourself, what are 3 things that I learned today? If you could answer those questions, how much of an advantage would you be right now over the rest of your competition? You know what I'm saying? Like, those kind of questions are powerful. And so you need to be able to grow every day so your business can grow. Okay, and so doing these things will ultimately leave you with more free time to do with as you wish. Because when you can grow your income and expand your business without causing it to increase your workload. If what you're currently doing would require you to increase your workload, it's not worth doing, because the end goal is all about the time to enjoy the money you're making with the people that you love most, isn't it? Not to spend all of your time working for half the rewards, okay? That's not why we're here in this business. That's not why we got in this industry. Okay, so for all of you today who are here and watch this hangout. I hope you found massive value in it, because you know now the 3 things to how to grow your income, and you know the 10 things on how to expand your business. If you do these things, that will happen. That's going to happen. I challenge you to do these things and to come back to me and say, Brandon, my money did not grow. My business did not expand. I challenge you to do that. Me and Sarah, we challenge you. Okay, so we hope that you found massive value in today. And if you want to find us, man, find us on Facebook as well. We do respond to everything there. We're building a new fan page there, and it's over at sarah.brandon 2010, I think. Or so if you look up Sarah and Brandon on Facebook, you will find us. Okay, how about that? So go ahead and try and find us on there, and come back tomorrow. Okay, and then for all of those. All of those who did make it to the end, make sure that if you want the opportunity to figure out how we've been able to implement all 13 of these things to help our business expand, and you want that hands-on opportunity, click that button that you see either below me, if you see, if you're on Facebook, or over here on your left, if you're on Google+, and that's how you're gonna get to work with me directly, work with Sarah directly. We are here for you, and we wanna see you succeed. There's so many people right now who are getting left behind and aren't getting the coaching that they need. And it doesn't matter what business you're in right now. It does not matter what business you're in. We help all walks of life, okay? It just matters on how dedicated you are to being successful. So to work with us directly, to taking your business at that next level, make sure to click here and get started with us today. So once you do, we will be waiting for you on the other side to give you immediate instruction on how to move forward and how to get in contact with us personally, okay? So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, or tomorrow's Saturday, y'all. Tomorrow's church day. We're not going to be here. You are more than welcome to enjoy your day just like we are, and we will see you on Monday, 3 p.m. sharp Pacific Standard Time. Hope you enjoy the day, guys. See you next time.